for Jamar, and we have recently, taken on the case of demanding justice for Philando Castile. I want to say that I was in this space, and I realize that there are some constructive conversations happening, and I appreciate that. But our main focus here is to keep everyone on the focus that if Jamar Clark, the murderers of Jamar Clark, Ringberg, and Schwartzy were brought to justice, and Mike Freeman did his job and prosecuted the officers that murdered a black man on the streets of North Minneapolis, there could have and would have been a precedent that would have demanded that Yanez be brought to justice, or even better, that Officer Yanez never murdered Philando Castile in cold blood on the streets of Scotland, Texas. I want to appreciate again that these are the kind of conversations that need to happen, but we are here to demand that you stand with us. If you do not stand up and denounce the silence that is inhibiting the violence on black people in our communities, you have the blood on their hands, just as Mike Freeman does, just as John Choi does, just as Betsy Hodges does, Mike Coleman, what's his name? Bob Kkkroll, Mark Dayton. We are here not to break down these conversations, as I was not supposed to be part of this circle, but I was, and I was enjoying the conversations, nothing against y'all. But the fact of the matter is that we need everyone to stand up and say that racism is not okay. Police brutality is not okay. And until we have everyone in a united front, the powers that be in this system do not care. They do not care about black bodies. They do not care about brown bodies. And services like this, though I have every good intention of the people that are putting it on. I have a wonderful facilitator here. This is a counterinsurgency to say that we're going to have these conversations behind closed doors, so you do not, as county employees, stand up and speak out against the constant abuse of black and brown bodies in our society. So we implore you to stand with us. We implore you to talk to your neighbors, talk to your supervisors, and ask, why is Mike Freeman, someone who was elected by Hennepin County civilians, refusing to do his job, lying on the grave of Jamar Clark again and again? And now when we show up to his office, and now when we call, he's done with the case. It's no longer worth anything to them because the cameras are gone. Jamar Clark's family is still grieving, will still be grieving. There is no justice for Jamar because he is gone. But there is justice through Jamar. And the only way that will happen is if you stand with us and demand that the system changes.
Demand that these conversations happen in other spaces. There's a reason that you're in this room, that these doors are closed, and that there was an attempt to prevent us from coming into this room.
It's time to go.
By the way, I work for Mike Freeman, and I
Give both sides.
Badge number 116, T. Miller.
Yep, time
He
to go.
was lying. He was lying. There was evidence that was withheld from
Well, this is a closed room, so it's
JP
time to go.
Levy.
There was no domestic abuse that happened.
Badge number 448.
Folks, time to head out.
Over and over. And when you have people that work for the county in rooms like this having conversations that believe that someone like Mike Freeman actually did a good job, then it says that these conversations are worthless.
He acted as the defender,
Defense
attorney, not a prosecutor.
Are you aware
Not
that
to be a defense attorney to the police officer.
the white supremacists that came and shot people at the fourth precinct, his family,
He went and sat with their family.
sat with the defendant's family.
He sat beating them. He sat with their family.
What's your badge number?
175.
And your security service.
Sat with us. He sat on the other side of the courtroom with the shooter's family, talking with the shooter's family. He escorted.
That you're in the classroom on Rachel Call, and you're proud.